there was this thing called the
Great Resignation.
And basically, guys, this Great Resignation really just consisted of a bunch of people that were either unhappy in their job or felt unfulfilled or felt unsafe in a job, mostly a W-2 job, but I'm sure some of these people were private contractors too, I'm sure. Whatever the job was, they either felt unfulfilled or they realized that the juice just wasn't quite worth the squeeze, and they end up resigning. They ended up to go find bigger, better jobs. They ended up to go do self-employment. They ended up throwing all their money on dog coins and getting rich. Maybe not all of them, but you guys get the point. There was this thing called the Great Resignation. And even to this day, guys, that so-called Great Resignation is basically still occurring. I see it relatively frequently when I'm just out and about doing my daily things. Like, for example, guys, there is a coffee shop right across the street from my condominium, and this is probably one of my favorite coffee shops in the city. It's a chain, and there's plenty of them. There's also this coffee shop also exists in different cities. It's not anything like super great and amazing, but it's pretty good coffee, and it's a nice, like, clean environment to go and work in if you just want to go, work at a coffee shop or have a cup of nice steaming Joe. And basically, they just started reopening recently, and they have the oddest hours. Okay, they're only open from like 10 a.m. to like 1 p.m. when they used to be open basically like from 6 a.m. until like 8 p.m. at night. And they were out of business, you guys, for all of January, February, March, April, and really just like pretty much the first week of May too. Like they just opened up for almost half a year. And I was asking one of the employees or people that used to be an employee there, because they live actually close to me. It's a kid, it's a college age student, and I asked, like, hey, why did they close? And they basically told me everyone kept quitting because they were only willing to pay us $7 an hour. And they basically didn't have anybody to work for them because, quite frankly, these kids were smart enough to know that, like, hey, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze at this job. It wasn't worth the squeeze.